You've been visualizing, meditating, speaking affirmations, reading every book, listening to every audio, doing everything you've been told will bring your desires into form. But still, something feels off. The manifestations aren't quite landing. Or worse, they're showing up as the opposite of what you've been asking for. You wonder if you're doing it wrong. Maybe the law of attraction isn't real. Maybe the universe isn't listening. Maybe you're just not cut out for this. But what if none of that is true? What if the problem isn't that you're broken or that the law doesn't work? What if you've just been taught to focus in the wrong place? Because here's the truth that changes everything. Your emotions are the GPS of your manifestations. They are not side effects. They are not obstacles. They are messages. They are the compass. They are the guidance system embedded within your very being, designed to point you toward the frequency of everything you've ever wanted. Your thoughts create, yes, but only when they are backed by the energy of belief, and belief is rooted in emotion. Most people try to think their way into alignment. They try to override emotion with logic, telling themselves things like, "I'm abundant," when inside they feel panic over bills. Or they say, "I am love," while their heart is still bleeding from rejection. That's not alignment. That's contradiction. The universe doesn't respond to the words you say. It responds to the signal you send. And that signal is vibrational. It's energetic. It's emotional. Every single emotion you feel is feedback, real-time communication from your inner being, showing you how aligned or misaligned you are with your higher self, your desires, your purpose. So when you feel joy, excitement, passion, freedom, those feelings are confirmation that your thoughts and vibration are in harmony with who you really are. You're flowing, you're aligned, you're open, you're connected to Source. And when you feel doubt, fear, frustration, powerlessness, those emotions aren't punishments. They're not signs that you've failed. They are alerts. They are telling you you've got a story playing in your mind that isn't true to your soul. They're saying you're tuned to a frequency that doesn't match what you want. Think of it like driving a car with a GPS. When you start heading in the wrong direction, your GPS doesn't scream at you or shut down. It simply recalculates. It offers new directions, and your emotions do the same. Feelings of discomfort are not there to shame you. They are invitations, portals, reminders that you have wandered from your alignment. But you can always return, and this is where your power begins to return to you. Because once you understand that your emotional state is not a barrier, but a guide, you stop resisting how you feel. You start listening. You start tuning in. You start navigating from within. Let's go even deeper. You came into this world as pure, positive energy. As Abraham Hicks says, you are an extension of Source, and Source is love, expansion, well-being. As a baby, you didn't have to learn how to align. You were alignment. You felt joy easily. You cried when something felt off. You were fully emotional, without shame. But over time, most of us were taught to suppress emotion, to ignore it, to stay positive no matter what. And while optimism is powerful, denial is dangerous. You cannot shift what you refuse to feel. So many spiritual seekers get stuck because they try to manifest from the mind alone. They try to force positivity without actually aligning their emotional vibration. It's like decorating the outside of a house while the foundation is still crumbling. Real manifestation is inner work first. Your emotions are the map, the blueprint, the internal compass. Let's imagine for a moment that your desires are a specific frequency, like tuning into a radio station, let's say 98.5 FM. That station is broadcasting joy, freedom, abundance, love. It's already playing. But to hear it, you have to be tuned to that same frequency. If you're at 89.3, Where fear, doubt, and frustration play, you won't hear the music, not because the station isn't real, but because you're not tuned in. So, how do you know where you're tuned? Feelings. That's it. Emotion is your dial. It tells you instantly where you're vibrating. And once you know where you are, you can consciously choose to shift, not by forcing, but by reaching for a better feeling thought. A thought that brings even a tiny sense of relief. Because emotional alignment isn't about pretending to be happy when you're not. It's about finding honesty in the moment, and then moving up the scale. One thought at a time. One breath at a time. One feeling at a time. Abraham Hicks teaches the concept of the emotional guidance scale. A range of emotions, from despair to joy. You don't leap from depression to ecstasy in one step. You climb, you soothe, you nurture. You become a friend to your own emotional system. Let's say you're feeling hopeless about money. The first step isn't to chant, "I'm a millionaire." Your subconscious will reject it. But maybe you can reach for a thought like, "I've survived difficult times before." Or, "There are opportunities I haven't seen yet." Or simply, "I'm open to feeling better." That's enough to begin shifting the frequency. Your emotions will respond with a subtle sense of ease, a softening, a crack of light through the clouds. That's how you know you've turned the dial. You've moved closer to the signal of your desire. And the more you practice this emotional tuning, the more magnetic you become. This is not about being high vibe all the time. That's not realistic. That's not even necessary. What matters is your dominant vibration, your emotional baseline. Do you return to trust more often than fear? Do you lean into hope more than doubt? Do you remember your power more than you forget it? That's the real work, and it's not always flashy. It's often quiet, internal, invisible to the world, but deeply transformational. And the beautiful truth is, your emotions are always available to you. You don't need permission. You don't need tools. You don't need perfection. You just need presence. To pause. To feel. To ask, "What am I feeling right now?" And then, "What is this feeling telling me?" Because every emotion carries a message. Anger might be telling you a boundary was crossed. Sadness might be showing you something needs to be let go. Anxiety might be revealing a lack of trust in the process. And underneath every uncomfortable emotion is a longing for alignment, for return. You are never as far off track as you think. You are always just one emotional shift away from reconnecting with Source. That is the gift. That is the miracle. So let's return to where we began. If your manifestations seem slow, if life feels stuck, don't go to war with yourself. Don't try to fix it all in one breath. Instead, tune in. Feel what's real. Follow the emotion. Let it guide you. Your emotions are not the enemy. They are the light on the dashboard, the voice in the wilderness, the whisper from your soul. They are showing you the path home, to joy, to peace, to trust, to you. And when you begin to navigate life by your emotional guidance, moment by moment, you step into a new level of power. This is just the beginning. Follow for more content that transforms the way you think.